Hello, we are in Norwich Castle, which isn't, well, it is a castle, but it's more of a museum. It's a very popular museum and really looking forward to this one. Everyone has been saying we have to come to Norwich Museum. We're here, so you can't complain, you've nothing to complain about. We're doing what you're telling us to do, me and the troll. Travel troll. Mazzy, come here. The first thing I've noticed in here looks like your dog. Look at the mouth on that. Like an otter with its mouth open. That looks just like Mazzy's dog all the time. This is going to shock everybody. It's 4 foot tall. Mazzy's just said it's as tall as her. You're not far off. Yeah. But what would you think that is? Come on, everyone guess what you think that is. You think it's an ostrich, or you think it's an emu. Correct? Now, we've read the sign. It's an animal we've never heard of. A common rhea. What the hell is a rhea? And look at the little babies, It's beautiful, but I've never heard of it. And now we've just found an even bigger bird. This is huge, that's my hand. That has to be 8 foot span and its wings aren't even out. That will stretch to about 14 foot. What kind of animal is it? You're all asking. Do you know what animal that is?
Pelican.
A pelican? That's what I thought. That's what I thought, to be honest with you. I still don't know what it is. But I do know it was shot by the Prince of Wales, as if that's something to be proud of. The Prince of Wales shot that in March 1862 in Egypt, believe it or not. It is interesting, but it's cruel.
Yes, of course.
Mazzy, have you seen this one over here? Look at this. Come and have a look at this. I've never seen one of these before. It's called a wood duck.
Seriously?
Yeah, there's about 5,000 of them left in the world. They come from South America, around the Peru area. That is a wood duck.
I haven't seen one before.
You've not seen one?
No.
It's amazing, isn't it? It does look like wood, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Trolled. Oh dear. Did you say you don't know what that is?
No.
Oh, come on, you've got to know what that is.
A big sea.
I'll give you a clue. When I was camping in the Cairngorms, one of these was literally within 6-10 feet away from my tent, and it was mating season. And it got very violent, and it's like, it was making these weird noises, and that is the most scared I've ever been in my life. It's a stag, it's just a deer, a male deer, it's a stag. But yeah, they can cause a lot of damage and they're very, very scary during mating season. Well, that's a giant deer. I'm not saying that's a giant deer, I'm saying that's a deer and it's a giant one.
Oh dear.
Skull and antlers, that is big.
That's huge.
That is about 8. It's very hard to explain on a camera, but I would say the span is about 8 foot. That is huge. It's okay, I'm not going to talk about what you just made yourself look stupid on. I'm going to talk about something and not make you look stupid.
Okay.
Because you don't deserve to be made look stupid, because you're actually very, very nice. And you have got a bit of a brain. You have. I'm just going to talk about this. So what do you think this is?
A crocodile.
A crocodile. I can tell you what that is. It is a crocodile. That's a crocodile skull. And the thing about that crocodile skull is it tried to eat a boy
Oh, that's so sad.
in 1827. Tried to eat a boy, but it actually ate, because the boy was saved by his father, it ate his father.
Oh my god.
And then someone tried to save his father and they got ate as well. But the boy did live. 1825.
Oh, that's
2 people died through the mouth of that nasty, horrible beast. Now here you have an actual polar bear from 1898, which was obviously killed and stuffed or whatever, and it's in this museum. Now, I've always said this about bears. Americans are so scared of bears and stuff. Personally, if I saw this, I'd go up to it, I'd give it a little cuddle. Give it a little cuddle, they're not going to do any harm. It's a beautiful animal. They're only going to hurt you if you're nasty to them. I'd go up, wouldn't you? Just give them a bit of fish or something.
I'd cuddle him.
You'd cuddle them, yeah. Yeah. I think they're beautiful. They are tall, they are very aggressive, they are very strong. But come on, just give it a cuddle and everything will be fine. Put your guns away. So here we have three lions. Absolutely beautiful. But this is where it gets sad. These lions were shot in 1908 by rich people probably who went on a safari thing. But they're absolutely beautiful. But I'm sure the woman won't mind if I show it. There's a lovely woman here actually painting it. You don't mind, do you? Look, that is fantastic.
Looks like a hyena actually in your picture.
It does look like a hyena.
Maybe I've got the ears too pointy.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at, but you're not looking at that. Okay, Mazzy. There's a fish in here. Do you want to look at this fish? Look how big that fish is. That is huge. It is big. It's real.
Is that?
Yeah, someone caught that in Florida in 1905.
That'd be nice with some chips.
So this is known as the Paston treasure, painted in the 15 or 1600s. It's something to do with pastons and treasure. And grapes, and a globe, and a banjo. I can't tell you any more than that, but beautiful if you like your art. To be honest, Mazzy, it doesn't matter where we go, you always look like a Fraggle Rock every time you put one of them on. Put that one on, maybe you'll look different. Yeah, Fraggle Rock, honestly, it's the hair, it's the blonde hair. So all you're seeing is like a jumper, a top. It's very thin, it's like made out of tights, you know, ladies' tights, nylon-y type, thin, skinny stuff. Do you know anything about that?
Like they wear in mourning.
They do wear that in mourning, yeah. That's what they wore in 1860 for a funeral, which in them days it was very, very important that you wore the right clothes. You couldn't turn up for a funeral in a leather jacket. You had to wear the proper clothes, and that fits in with the times. 1860. We know that because it says so down here on a sign. So I've noticed Mazzy is looking at this crossbow. That is absolutely stunning. It looks like it's made out of bone down here. A crossbow. Do you know anything about it, Mazzy?
No, not yet.
No? Would you like to know anything about it? Because yeah.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, yeah. I don't know much about it, I'll be honest, but I'll tell you what I know, yeah?
Okay.
It was made between 1580 and 1600, so it's very, very, very old. But it's like a hunting status thing. You know, when people go hunting, they'd hang it on the wall. They'd very, very rarely use it. It's just like a status symbol. Like people used to put stags' heads on the wall if they'd killed the stag. They'd have one of them on. It might have been used to kill an animal, but it's very unlikely. It's just to look posh, big, hard, and as far as I'm concerned, an idiot. We're walking through this museum and there's just far too many things to see. Everything has a fantastic history. This has caught Mazzy's eye and that caught my eye. And both of these are from the 15th century. These are like 600 years old, 700 years old. This is unbelievable. And the entire museum is full of them. You really need to spend a weekend here, not just a day, not half a day. What are you doing, Mazzy?
I'm taking a picture of a Rembrandt painting for my dad.
You're taking a picture of a painting for your dad?
Yeah, he'd love to see that.
Can I just show the painting?
Yeah.
We're in the art gallery bit. As you can see, there's quite a few people in here looking at pictures of art. So, we've come out of the art gallery. I've just been pretty much told off by the person who runs the art gallery. He's only about 28 years old, 30, and he's trying to explain the art in there because he heard me saying I'm not really into art. So he was trying to convert me, I think. You know how you get in churches, people trying to convert you. I just explained, I was honest with him. I says, you know, I like history, I like old things, but I don't like flat pieces of paper which people call art because it's boring. I was honest with him. So anyway, we've sneaked through a side door thinking we'd get away from the art, and we've really come into the proper art now. This is proper art. Now I've seen this, Mazzy. That was on the website, so that must be quite an important picture.
I think it's beautiful, it's amazing.
It's... oh, come on, it's boring. Anybody who says they like art is just trying to be a snob when they're not a snob. You're all as common as me. To pretend that is good, you're having a laugh. A little bit more art here. Look at this, look at the muscles in the legs. She's got a six-pack. In fact, she's got an eight-pack. No, she's not. She's got a six-pack. But look at her face. You're never going to meet anyone, love. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be derogatory. I don't mean to put the art down. But honestly, you're not going to get any further than a picture. I'm surprised at this because they don't normally let you take pictures in art bits. Did you just touch?
No, I touched his
I saw you touching something.
I touched his dog.
Okay. What's his dog called? Willie? We'll keep going through doors, looking for different sections of the museum. We'll keep going through doors into more of this stuff. Honestly, I've had enough. See, I want to go home. I ain't come here to look at art. What did you just say is beautiful, in?
Babes in the Wood.
Babes in the Wood. Babes in the Wood. Okay. Fantastic.
It's beautiful.
It's art. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. So one place I want to take him as is the grave of the guy who invented Coleman's mustard. Right?
Okay.
Which isn't far away. Now we're in actually the Coleman collection here in the art gallery. That's not him. That is not him. That's Russell James Coleman. That's not the guy who first invented it. This is the guy who made it famous, Jeremiah James Coleman. He made it famous, but he's actually the grandson of the guy who came up with the idea. So when everyone thinks of Coleman's mustard, they think of him. But all he did is jump on the bandwagon of his grandfather and make it a good thing. It's his grandfather who deserves the credit, and that's not him, and that's not him. This is the last place I'm ever coming with her. Art, 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 art. It's just full. So now we've come into another art bit, but this is quite exciting because this is one of the most well-known artists in the world, Rembrandt. You can see it there. We're still in the Rembrandt section, but something exciting's happened at last. We've got a dressing up bit. There you go. Dressed like Rembrandt and Saskia. Who's Saskia? I used to know a Saskia. I used to work with a Saskia. She was she used to ride the horses on the race horses. Beautiful looking girl, very young. But yeah, we need to do that. Because honestly, I'm not getting anything out of the Rembrandt section whatsoever. Apart from that. So I'd pretty much given up on the Rembrandt section, but we just found this corner and it's a dressing up a bit. So I've done myself up. Apparently this is what Rembrandt, is This is what Rembrandt looked like.
I swear.
And this is Saskia. This is what Saskia looked like. Don't know who Saskia is. She's something to do with Rembrandt. I'm guessing he were doing her. I don't know. So here we are in the Rembrandt section.
Right.
Mazzy's looking at a painting.
Yeah.
This is the painting. Now, what do you see? What's nice in that? This is called The Naked Woman Seated on a Mound from 1631. An Rembrandt sketching on paper. That's not real.
Should be cuddly.
Well, you won't paint it, would you? Come on, if you're painting, you're not going to paint that. You'd say, get off that tree trunk so I can get a proper model on. You would not waste your time painting that. She's minging. Ugh. A Woman in Bed by Rembrandt.
He liked him chubby, didn't he?
He did like them chubby and ugly and old. It didn't seem to like painting them very well either. That's rubbish.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, just talk to an expert. He doesn't know quite as much as me, but he knows a bit. Now we're in the Rembrandt section. This is an original, real Rembrandt from the 1600s. You know that because it's got an alarm on top, he just told me. And I'll just film in one over there in a glass case. This is proper art. We're in the wrong section.
I told you.
So we've left the art maze, which we couldn't get out of, and we've come upstairs. Proper things now. That's from Henry I's time, but look at these. You've got all these medieval coins and tokens. Beautiful. Look at them. That's very similar to one Luke found. That might be French. That's lovely. These are proper treasures. These are gorgeous. I don't know if you noticed, Mazzy, but a lot of people have been saying in the comments that we should get married. Now there's a lot of rings here. Would you like to pick one? A lot of gold rings. Look at all these gold rings. Would you like to pick something?
Yeah.
I can guarantee I'll see what I can do about getting you one.
Thank you.
Go on, pick one.
I'll have number 50.
No, you can't have that one. No, you can't have that one. Just pick another one, yeah?
Okay, number 65.
No, you can't have that one either. No, you can't have that one. Just pick another.
63.
63, let's have a look. No, you can't have that.
That's Ben.
To be honest,
Be cheap, that
it doesn't matter which you're going to pick, you're not getting it. So I'm guessing, Mazzy, this is a reconstruction. This is the actual castle we're in. It's now a museum, but this is what it would have looked like all them years ago. People sat down on this floor. It's like a doll's house, but a reconstruction of what this place would have been like all them years ago. A very clever part of the museum here. This is like the well, and it goes down a long way. Just reading the signs, it says it goes down twice the height of the actual castle itself, and people make wishes. There's lots of coins down there, and you get little slots here, and it says make a wish, make a wish. Have you thought what your wish is? Are you still thinking about what your wish is, or have you already thought about it?
I've got it.
Okay, so you're going to put that down.
Yeah.
Go for it. You sure it's not stuck in there? I didn't hear it fall.
I didn't hear it fall either.
The important thing,
My
Mazzy,
wish is
is
dead.
what is your wish?
It's a secret.
What? Go on, what's your wish?
No.
Tell us all.
Because it won't come true. I look good.
Yeah, you look fantastic. You don't look very scary, even though you've got a sword in your hand. No, just at the arm a bit. Can you remember you were trying one of these on yesterday? We both tried one of them on. Very similar to that.
Yeah.
Very similar to that. Mazzy, come over here. There's a picture here of Nelson. Do you know who Nelson is?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Lord Nelson. Now, he was born in Norfolk, and he's probably the most successful or most well-known seafarer of all time. But the question I want to ask you, why do you think he kept hiding his right arm?
Did he not have a hand?
He did not have a hand?
Yeah.
What do you mean he didn't have a hand? Why wouldn't he have a hand?
Well, why would you hide your arm?
I don't know. No, you are right. His arm, he lost an arm in battle.
Oh, okay.
But he's from round here, but he loved fame. He was a bit of a big head. I'll tell the story of Horatio Nelson at a later date during the travel troll experience. Well, we're in Norfolk.
So I was right anyway.
You're sort of right, yeah. You're not very right, but
Thank you.
borderline. I've seen a few Roman brooches in my time. Most metal detectorists have found one after a few years, if they're in a Roman area. I've only found a bit of one. I've never found a full one. This cabinet is full of them. Stunning, absolutely stunning. This one is quite interesting, as Mazzy just pointed out. She just says, that's quite interesting, that one. Why is it interesting, Mazzy? Yeah, what interests you about it?
Well, the age, and that, like, they don't really know nothing about
The age?
Yeah.
Why, how old is it?
It was about 1,500 years ago.
1,500 years old.
Yeah.
And what is it?
They don't really know. They don't know if it's a man or a woman. It's just something they found down a rabbit hole.
They found it? Really? They found this down a rabbit hole?
Yeah, during an archaeological excavation.
That's fantastic.
There
Well,
you go.
I can tell you what it is,
What
if
is
you
it?
really want to know.
Go
It
on.
is a man, it's not a woman.
Well, they say they don't know if it's
Well, I do know. That is a man, and it is actually a jar lid.
Oh,
It goes on
right.
top of like a big pottery jar.
So how come you know that and they don't?
I don't know. I'm sure if I looked... Here, look. There you go. Clay figure is actually a pot
Oh,
lid.
yes, I
So
didn't read that.
I didn't read that, I just knew.
Well done. You are a professional.
I'm a professional, I'm clever, I'm perfect.
You are.
So I go to a lot of museums, I see a lot of things, but this interests me more than anything I've ever seen before. This is a hoard of coins from King Alfred's reign, the first king of England or Britain or whatever, of these lands. Wow, I'd love to find one of them. And some lucky person has found all these, look. Read all about it there, make the most of it, because it isn't every day you see something like this. The Morley St Peter's hoard. I've taken pictures of the things in there. I've taken pictures of the writing, so you can match the writing to the pictures. I'll put a music montage on top of it, and then you can just pretend you're in the museum, yeah? But honestly, for me to go around that museum and tell you about all the best things in there, I'd have needed a week, wouldn't I?
Gosh, yeah.
It was ridiculously... Anything you could ever want to see in a museum is in that museum. We need to give it marks out of 10, Mazzy.
Oh, definitely 10.
10.
Yeah.
10. We're giving it a 10.
Maybe 9 for being too much, but yeah, no, it's 10.
No, 10. It has to be a 10. But Norwich Castle, seriously, if you're anywhere from Birmingham below in the UK, you have to go to Norwich Castle. See you on the next one. Many thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to click like, subscribe, leave a comment and share the video. And be sure to check out my other channel, Deep Digger Dan, and my website, thetraveltroll.uk. You can also follow me on Facebook, on Twitter and on Instagram. But most importantly, please do donate to the charity which we're supporting in this county. All links to everything I've just mentioned are all in the description below. Please come back tomorrow as we continue our adventure to try and make the biggest video library of the sites of the UK. Goodbye!